I'm going to show you how to play RIFTWALKER Renegades in only 4 minutes, because I know you're watching this video while in the loading screen for your next game. If you want to see more tutorials like this, please consider liking and subscribing. First off, we're going to be covering item priority. In this comp, there's 2 must-have items, one of those being a Last Whisper on your Jhin, and the other being an Ionic Spark for your Viego. On Carousel, you're going to want to prioritize BF Sword, Rod, Bow, and Gloves. This is because this comp utilizes defensive items extremely well and benefits from multiple 2-star carries. Here are some of the best items your carries can utilize. For a Jhin, more AD damage is ideal and crit, so Infinity Edge is a perfect item for Jhin. Paired with a Giant Slayer can allow Jhin to melt basically any tank in the game or any mech. Other good items for Jhin are Deathblade, Runehands, Bloodthirster, Hodge, and Gunblade. But generally, I prefer healing items on Viego to allow him to live longer. Viego benefits from anything that allows him to deal more damage, stay alive longer, or cast, along with an Ionic Spark for Magic Shred. Some very good items on Viego are Gunblade to allow him to live longer, and a Jeweled Gauntlet so his ability can crit. Other good items for Viego are Titans, Deathcap, Blue Buff, Guardbreaker, and Hodge. Leona can be a very strong sub-carry in this comp. You're going to want to put Warmogs, Bramble, Sunfire, Declaw, any type of defensive items that can really help her stay alive and get that cast off so that she can shred one of the enemy tanks. For augments, generally you want to look for Renegade crests as they are basically an extra unit slot. Other than that, this comp benefits from any healing or damage augments, some of the best being Celestial Blessing, Thrill of the Hunt, or Stand United. Hero augments are also super flexible in this comp. You can basically take any low-cost support augment if you're forced to choose a 2-1 or 3-2 hero augment. The best augments to take in this comp are the Jhin and Viego augments. But if you low roll, you can also go Garen augment, Leona augment, or Alistar augment. Some strong early game boards you can run are Lucian as your backline carry and then Blitzcrank as your frontline carry, getting 3 Renegade and 2 admin. Another one is going to be 2 Defender, 2 Quick Draw, 2 Star Guardian using Rel, Wukong, Kai'Sa, and Lucian. Kai'Sa being your backline item holder and Rel being your frontline item holder. You're going to want to use the standard leveling strategy with this comp, leveling at 2-1, 2-5, or 3-2, and then 2-3 or 3-1 if you're lose streaking. You're going to want to slam good items to save HP. That's part of the reason this comp is so strong. You basically just want strong backline and frontline, and that's how you play around it. Other early game boards that are really strong are Underground variant, which is Ezreal, Vi, Kayle, and Renekton. And then AP heavy variant, which I like to do sometimes if I hit a Lux too early or I hit an Annie too. And that is, you're going to want to itemize Lux as your Viego item holder, and then Annie as your tank item holder. Then you're going to want to put in Duelist with Fiora and Kayle using the Last Whisper or whatever Jhin items you have. The strongest late game boards you can run with this comp are going to be the default 5 Renegade at 8 board, which is going to use Jhin, LeBlanc, Vex, Pyke, Camille, Alistar, Viego, and Leona. And then you're going to put the Zac on the Jhin for the RIFTWALKER bonus, which is going to give you 5 Renegade. You're going to want to use a standard leveling variant to get here, going level 7 at 3-5 or 4-1, level 8 at 4-5 or 5-1, and then level 9 at 6-1. Another strong level 8 variant of this comp is going to be Garen with Mech Prime. To play this version of the comp, the only important thing is that you have a Leona, because if you don't hit Leona, you're basically dead. You're going to miss out on Mech Prime, or you're going to miss out on Aegis, or you're going to miss out on Renegade. And no matter which one of those you're missing out on, it's going to suck. Because you can't really substitute Leona for any other Renegade in this version of the comp. Whereas the other version, you just lose out on Aegis, it's not a big deal. Losing out on Mech Prime can really hurt your frontline, and it can make this comp way weaker than it has to be. So only go for this version if you hit an early Leona 1. In this version, you're going to want to use Garen as your main tank, and you're going to put all your defensive items on him, and then spread out your other items along your Viego and your Jhin.